So we got a stacked one today. Takara-Tomy, as I said previously, has a whole bunch of pre-orders that are going live as we speak. The August 10th pre-order on the Takara-Tomy Mall website. They are a day ahead of us than here in the Western world. And we got some brand new images, some more information, some teasers of future product, and as well some prices, some pre-orders, and even a little bit of a Transformers adjacent line that will be coming out in relation to the Takara-Tomy lineup, but we'll get into that in a separate segment because there's a lot to discuss there with that one. But let's start with what we got here right now. We have some information in relation to the Canon X Transformers Convoy Optimus Prime crossover. We finally have now a whole bunch of high-res images, pre-order information, prices, what he comes with, everything that's going on. Let's jump into that. So the pre-order went live, and they also went live on Amazon Japan, and we now have some nice photos of it. It looks pretty decent. It's not too bad. It really is for people that really like that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, it really is for someone that likes to have these kind of, I guess, promotional items in relation to Transformers. Again, Optimus Prime has turned into a lot of different things when he was doing these collaborative crossovers with other companies. The Nike shoe, the cap, the iPods, you know, like there's all kinds of different things that it's like, hey, let's turn Optimus into that. And I mean, if we could go all the way back to even Pepsi, like it's something that doesn't surprise me. And now we got an Optimus Camera. According to this listing here on Amazon, it's not going to be a 1-for-1 scale with the original Canon EOS R5 camera. Apparently it's 80% the actual scale, so slightly smaller. I guess kind of like what they did with the Nike shoe. A lot of people were expecting a 1-for-1 scale Optimus Prime. I guess like a 10 Nike shoe or something. I don't know. That would be an average size. And in the end, it was much smaller. And same thing with the cap. People were expecting a large cap. Look, guys, it is what it is. Same thing with the PlayStation. I could go on and on. They're always going to make it smaller. So not doing a 1-to-1 camera-sized one is no surprise. They warn here that it is not a functioning camera. Keep that in mind, too. It says here that, and we didn't really notice it in the photos, but so he comes with the Matrix of Leadership, like I mentioned before. The camera lens cover becomes a shield, and he also comes with a mini version of the actual Canon EOS R5 camera that Convoy himself could hold to take pictures. So instead of having like an ion blaster or some kind of weapon, this is a battle of photography, apparently. And yeah, that's that. The other thing, too, is they tease that Optimus will not be alone. And he's also going to have a Megatron counterpart. We only see a silhouette of it right now. It looks like it's the same mold, but I mean, it's hard to tell. You can only tell from the silhouette of the upper torso and the back of the head. It looks like they might use the same mold, just tool it a little bit differently to give it that Megatron flavor. Who knows? Maybe the extending camera lens could be an arm cannon or something. Who knows? These are selling for 1,700 yen pretty much. 17,000 yen. And that comes to about $127 USD. So it's a little pricey, these items. But again, it's a collaborative item. There's a licensing and everything like that. And pre-orders start today and are scheduled to ship out February 25th of 2023. So if this is your bag, check it out. Supposedly Megatron is going to be revealed soon. So it might be a pairing for all we know. Maybe both of them will be up for pre-order. And you could have the battle of the Convoy camera and the Megatron Magnificent. I don't know. It's weird. Not my bag, but hey, I'm pretty sure there's someone that enjoys this. Some camera file that really likes it. Next up, we have some updates on some Masterpiece product, and this is really cool. So we have a teaser of a brand new Masterpiece. Transformers Masterpiece MP-53 Plus B Dia Burnout. So this is taking the Masterpiece Skids mold and turning it into Burnout, the female Autobot character that debuted in Bakon, and then later on we got in Velocitron. From what I could tell from the silhouette here, what they decided to do, they went with the Skids Honda City Turbo mold with the bulbous front end and the half grill, and they gave her a brand new head sculpt because, I mean, they're probably, what I imagine they're going to do is they're going to do the new head sculpt to give the feminine look. They're not going to go with the Reboost head, even though Reboost has a completely different body. He's the vanilla Honda City. But they're going to use probably Reboosts as accessories from what we're seeing here. Maybe the gun is different because it looks like the gun is different in the silhouette, but they're definitely going to probably include the Diaclone driver for the Dia aspect of it. And maybe also the little Moto Campo, the little motorcycle thing that also, or scooter, excuse me, that went in the trunk. So going to be interesting, this one. Probably going to have a whole bunch of different twists and turns. I bought Reboost and skids. I think they're fantastic. And I mean, let's put it this way. If it's going to be probably leaning more on the accessory numbers of Reboost with the Diaclone driver and stuff like that, I'm imagining probably an $89.99 price point. Obviously, you know, Reboost went on sale on Hasbro Pulse, and that's a whole other story, but probably in that general range, the $89.99 to like $100 price range. That's what I'm imagining. We don't have a price yet. We don't have a pre-order yet, but color me interested. Very interesting that they went with this one. I mean, all that's left really right now with that Honda City Turbo mold from the Diaclone era. I mean, now we just need Crosscut, the silver one, and we just pretty much need that all red Honda City Turbo character, because you had Reboost, who was like the Honda City vanilla with the blue head but the red body. And then there was a Honda City Turbo that had pretty much the same color scheme as Reboost, but had an all red head, and he had like a yellow kind of almost Ironhide deco on the side of the vehicle. They probably won't do that one and create a character, and if they do, they'll probably wait like quite a while, quite a couple years, create some distance from the Reboost release. But it's nice to see that we're getting Dia Burnout in this case, and hopefully we'll get Crosscut and get all the masterpieces of this character. Pretty cool. Again, this was a big collaborative with Honda, so I'm pretty sure they want to put out as much as they can with this design because they love their Japanese cars. Also with the masterpiece, we also have the MPM-10 Revenge of the Fallen Starscream. We now have some nice images of it. It looks like it's just a straight up redeco of the original MPM-10. Looks like the accessories are exactly the same, unless I'm missing something. So that is going to be a thing. We don't have a pre-order yet. We don't have a price. The original MSRP on that was $74.99. Also got heavily discounted later on. That's probably not going to be the case today in our inflation world. It's probably going to be more. But yeah, so Starscream also is going to be getting his Revenge of the Fallen colors. So if you didn't get him the first time during COVID world, yeah, you know, it is what it is. And we also have, this is the last thing we're going to cover, is we also got to see some really nice images of finally the Blanker and Dead End. And the only really thing I could take away from that, now that we could see them better, is the Peachmaker Targetmaster accessory has way more decos than I expected on it. I thought they were just going to kind of paint the face and call it a day like the original Generation 1. But they actually put a whole bunch of deco hits on it, so I think a lot of the budget went on to Peachmaker, and Blanker, aka Pointblank, is left hanging. I'm still not feeling it. I'm telling you guys, I think the retool repaint of this, whatever it's going to be, is going to be the better one later on. I just know it. I just know it. I think this is going to be the weak one, and what we get afterwards is going to be the better one. But that's just my take. I still think it's cool that we're getting, you know, more Target Masters, and the fact that they're including one. But including one also kind of held back some of the engineering, the cost, the paint, and everything to have that extra accessory. It's just the modern era we live in with Transformers and how they balance the budget with the deluxe price point. But that's that, more or less. Nothing else really I could cover except for a brand new line that we'll talk about in a separate segment because it's pretty interesting and what's going on with that. But let me know what you think, guys. Pretty cool otherwise. Again, the Dia Burnout is probably the big news to me.